with is physics system, computer logic system, and basically the UI and all of that is quite um, an easy to learn um, easy to learn interface. So Unity is used to create games and interactive experiences. So you can use Unity to create like simulations, not just games, because a whole lot of people have this misconception that Unity, Unreal, and game engines are only used to create games. But it's not so. Adiola wants to use Unity to create educational games. So you can actually create educational experiences for people. You can also use Unity to create simulations, as I mentioned. So if you want to simulate like a clinic or a dental procedure or a medical procedure, you can actually, if you have the right team, you can actually pull something like that off. And yeah, so Unity can be used for more than games, depending on the team that will be working on said project. Okay, so yeah, I will be immediately this comes up. I will be taking us through the interface. So I just want to ask maybe just one question before this loads up, just to get everybody's view on what we're doing. Okay, so let's see. So, what graphic editing software do we are we comfortable with, or have we gotten our hands to? Be it Figma, Illustrator, Photoshop, because we're going to be doing a bit of UI design and then textures and stuff. So maybe not now, but just to be prepared for that. Can we go through everyone and find out what graphic editing software do we know or are we comfortable using? If it's GIMP, if it's Krita, whichever one, just let me know. What graphic editing software do we use? Should I start with Manuel? Yeah. Okay, Emmanuel says Figma. No, Emmanuel hasn't responded. Adiola uses Figma. Shubhank uses Canva. Shubhank uses Canva. Emmanuel, I haven't got your response yet. So this is nice. Figma and Canva. Okay, Adobe Illustrator. Nice. Right. This is still okay. So yeah. These are all good. I use Illustrator, Photoshop, and Krita for graphic design, but I'm most comfortable with Illustrator for UI. But when it comes to character design, texturing, editing textures for characters or environment assets, I use Photoshop for editing and stuff. So yeah, these are awesome. These are awesome so far. Someone just joined. Mohammed, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm Daniel. I will be taking you guys on an introduction to Unity with game. Introduction to game dev with Unity. So yeah, I just asked the question, and I just asked you to just quickly introduce yourself, why you are into game dev, and what graphic editing software you are comfortable with.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that last part.
Okay, I asked your name, why you're interested in game development, and your graphic editing software of choice.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Najibin. I Well, I am well, I'm very interested in learning software because of this idea that I have of creating a school environment in a VR and a virtual reality environment
All
in
right.
AR. Yeah, so that's what I actually am interested in creating.
Okay,
And
awesome. Your
currently, I
yeah, I'm
actually
listening.
I'm not conversant with any of the 3D, but then I know Blender. Just know all the menus for now, but then I'm
Oh,
not. I don't actually know much of it.
okay. I was actually asking, what's graphic editing software like Photoshop, Illustrator, Krita, Figma, like which one have you worked on or which one have you, gotten your hands on?
So I've been using Photoshop.
Photoshop. Okay, awesome. Nice.
Yeah, but
Nice.
I'm not good at it also because I'm not into design. I'm not that
Uh,
good in it.
okay.
Yeah.
Noble, how's it going? I saw you join the call earlier, but you left. I guess. Okay,
Yeah,
you wanted to take a
I went
call.
to take
Okay.
a call. So,
Yeah.
so
All right.
I'm a UI UX designer,
Okay.
and I am aiming towards building for building in extended reality.
Okay. Awesome.
So, so after the Blender class, um, in fact, the whole purpose of joining this platform is so that I can um build a career in AR VR development and XR development.
Okay. That's amazing. What graphic editing software do you use, or have you
I have used just uh, Canva and Figma. I'm currently learning how to use Photoshop, but Photoshop is a little bit difficult since I started with Figma. But I'm very, very, very good with Figma.
Okay, awesome, awesome, nice. All right, I guess that is everyone. Do let me know if anyone else joins the call because I'm going to be switching over to Unity now. All right, so this is Unity. For everyone to see, this is what your Unity editor would look like when you start it up, except you have probably changed up the layout. This here is what my usual work layout is like when I'm working on a personal project or a project for a client or a team. But on default, by default, this is what Unity's editor looks like. So I've taken us through the different parts of this editor. As you can see, it's pretty simple. It looks really arranged and all of that, compared to Photoshop, which has basically everything right in your face. You get. So I'm going to start with the scene view. This part where my mouse cursor is. So this is the scene view. Okay, the scene view is the main viewport where you design and build your game world. Okay, the scene view is where you design and build your game world. You can navigate the scene view by clicking, dragging the mouse, selecting different components and game objects, moving them around, arranging them in such a way where you can arrange stuff for your user experience or your player experience. You can zoom in and out, get closer, select objects, and all of that. So currently in our scene view, we only have by default our camera, which is this, yeah, is our camera, and our directional lights. So anytime you start up a new project, a new scene in Unity, you get the camera and the directional lights from start. Okay, so these are what you start up a new scene or a new project with your directional lights and your main camera. So you can move around in this scene view by right clicking. So right clicking to look around. So I'm currently holding down my right mouse button and I can, as you can see, I can look around, up, down, left to right. Okay, and then using your scroll wheel, you can zoom in and zoom out. Okay, you can zoom in and zoom out using your scroll wheel. And then with your left mouse button, if you click, you can select different game objects within the scene view. And then just in case you have a significantly larger world, you can move around your scene view using your WASD when your right mouse button is held down. So if I hold my right mouse button, I can move in to the camera and move out. Well, do be careful though, sometimes it can get really hard to control. But over time, I guess everyone should be used to it. So WASD, A to move to the side, D to move to the right side, and as usual, right mouse button to, and then move your mouse to look around. Okay, so that is for the scene view. The game view is the window that you use to preview how your game would look and behave when your game is being played. Right now, our scene is more or less empty, so we don't have anything to actually preview on the game view except the default skybox, the Unity default skybox. So we don't have anything. By the time we start building up our scene, we'll be able to preview here using the scene view. So this is the scene view. You can double click on any of these to bring them up. This is scene, double click on it, and then and then double click to close it back up. So that's the game view. So it allows you to test your game or your project in real time and see how it plays and how it will appear to users, or in our case, players. Okay, so let's move on to what we have here on this tab. So this is our hierarchy. So our hierarchy window displays a list of all the game objects in our scene. So every game object that will be in our scene would be displayed here in the hierarchy, and it is arranged however you arranged it. So if I'm to, let's say create a new game object, let's create a cube. Okay, so it creates the new cube game object, and we can now view that game object in our scene view, and it arranges it in our hierarchy. So every game object that would be in our game, in our project, in our scene, would be listed here on our hierarchy. So if I'm to create another game object within this cube game object, let's say I create a sphere. So this sphere is arranged underneath the cube. So in game development, this becomes the child of the cube. Okay, so this becomes the child of the cube. So if I bring out the sphere, alright, I bring out the sphere and select the cube instead. If I move the cube, the sphere being a child of the cube makes it inherit the movement, rotation, and scale of the cube. Okay? The same way, or if you look at it, you being a child of your parents, you pick up traits and characteristics of your parents. Using that analogy. So in this case, the sphere being a child of the cube, hope you can see my screen. Let me just try to get this. Yeah, the sphere being a child of the cube makes the sphere inherit properties of the cube. Okay, so if you move the cube around, the sphere automatically moves around with it. If we try to scale up this sphere and this cube, the sphere scales alongside with it. So it becomes a child and automatically inherits basically the transform property of the cube. Alright, so let me just undo all of this. But immediately we take the sphere away and it's its own game object. Even if we move the cube, the sphere remains the same. So nothing changes about the sphere. So in the hierarchy, we get to see all of the game objects within the scene. All right. Okay. So now we've talked about the scene view, the game view, the hierarchy. Now let's look at the project tab. Okay, let's look at the project tab. So this over here is our project tab, where I'm currently on. So yeah, this is our project tab. Our project window, okay, I can call it the window or tab. A project window is where you manage all the assets for your game, such as your scripts, your textures, your models, your sound, basically everything you would be needing in your game. Like all the assets, all the materials, all the textures, your animations, your sound, your scripts, basically everything would be in your project window. So your project window contains all of your assets, as I mentioned, and all of the packages that Unity would be giving you to create the game project. Okay, you can always add to these packages either downloading from the Unity Asset Store or using the package manager, which we will look at very soon. Okay, you can import new assets using your projects window. You can import new assets, organize them into folders, and specify the kind of arrangements you want while working with your project. So basically, your project, as the name says, contains every single thing you need to work on this project. Okay, that's the game. Okay, you can use the project to attach scripts, add components, configure various settings, and specify all of those things about the object, the assets. Change the settings of your game, of your project, as you move along. All right. So let's look at the console. Let's look at the console quickly. So just right beside the project window, we have the console. So it's empty for now because we haven't really started doing anything on the project, on the editor. But just a brief run through of what every part of the console is. So the console window serves as a way for you to log messages, warnings, and errors generated by your game through your scripts. Okay, so if you have a script running in your game, by the way, Unity uses C# as its base language. Okay, so you code in Unity with C#. So the console allows you to log messages, warnings, and errors that are being generated by your game through the scripts that have been written within the game. It is a useful tool for debugging and finding out issues that are occurring in your game. It provides information about the errors, as I said, and logs other messages, helping you to identify and fix problems within your game to make sure that the game plays very well. Okay, that the game plays very well. So finally, we are going to be okay. So yeah. We can collapse different logs that we get. You can decide to pause the game when we log an error, or the game continues to play. Either way, depending on your preference. You can use this to clear the console when it's getting really clogged up, because sometimes you don't want that to happen. And then you can configure this depending on your preferences. Okay, and then you can, this first part where my cursor is for you to check normal logs. The second one is for you to check warning logs. So if there is a warning, probably you didn't write the scripts properly, or you're using a deprecated function or syntax, it's going to warn you that, okay, you need to change this, or this variable has not been assigned. Make sure it's assigned before you use that, and so on and so forth. And then the final one is for you to log error messages. So probably a script is not being called properly, or you skipped something before calling a method. It would give you an error log for you to go back and most likely change your script to make sure it runs properly. Okay, so let's look at the toolbar finally before we start working on putting things together within Unity. Okay. Yeah. So this is our toolbar, simple and short. This is our toolbar, and this is a normal window. So each and every part of this, our toolbar is always going to be in our scene view. It's always going to be in our scene view. It is a more or less a list of tools that we'd be needing to modify and work with the game objects that are within the scene. So this hand is our view tool. So you can use this to pan around your scene view so as to properly view your game object or your scene in its entirety. This is your move tool. That's this multi-directional arrow is your move tool. So if I select on a game object and I can move them in the axis depending on what axis I want to move the game object. And then if I just hold down, I can move it anywhere I want to. But if I want to move it in like a particular axis, I just have to hold down the axis and then move. So in Unity uses a simple color code to represent the axis that we'll be working. I think this is for most 3D softwares. So here, Y, which is in color green, is our up and down. So color green is for our y-axis that allows us to move up and down, move our game objects up or down. So and then Z is color blue that allows us to move forward and backward. So if I properly orient this, so Z is for forward and backward. So this is how we're supposed to be looking at this. So Z is for forward and backward. So Z allows us to know if we're moving forward or moving backward. X moves left and right. So move left, move right with our x-axis, which is red. So green is for our y-axis, which allows us to move up and down. Blue is for our z-axis, which allows us to move forward and backward. And then the red arrow is for our x-axis, which allows us to move right and left. So I hope that covers the move tool. Okay, we can also use the rotate tool. So this arrows that are curved and following each other here is our rotation tool or rotate tool that allows us to rotate. Okay, maybe see that there. That allows us to rotate the game objects around an axis. So we can rotate our game objects around different axes. So this rotates our game objects around the Z axis, this rotates around the Y, and this around the X. So you can rotate your game objects, which updates our transform the rotation, our rotation and the transform property. So we can rotate those game objects as such. So if I just zero everything out, don't worry, we'll come into all of that soon, and zero everything out, and then let's look at the scale tool. So sometimes when you're working with your game objects, sometimes it might be out of proportion and you want to scale it to make it make sense, depending on what you're working on and the scale in which you're working on. So the scale tool allows you to scale up or scale down your game object. So if your game object does not look like it's in the right scale, or it does not look big enough, or does not look small enough, you can always scale up or scale down said game object. And Unity has created this in such a way that you can scale depending on axes. So if my height doesn't make sense to me, I can always scale up by just dragging the scale tool on the y-axis alone. Okay, so you can scale the y-axis individually. The x-axis, you can scale that individually if your width is not comfortable for you or doesn't look right for you. And you can also scale on the forward axis, that's the z-axis, if it's not, lengthy enough. So you can scale depending on the axis you want to scale, or just hold the center point and then scale the entire game object evenly. Okay, so I'm just going to return this back to its normal scale. Alright, so these are probably the general parts of Unity, at least the ones you'll be using the most in Unity. So like I did, you can create a game object. So if we look at the tabs all the way at the top left, we can edit game object. So if I select a game object, I can edit the game object depending on how. If I want to duplicate, I can just duplicate, and then it creates a. So change the move tool and bring this out. So it creates a duplicate of that particular game object, and then you can either do that over here and delete, or you can just right click on your hierarchy and then create a new game object. And then using this, we can see the different parts of the different game objects we can create using different using the different tools in the hierarchy. Right. You can also check the components of our game object. So I did not talk about the inspector. Sorry. So when you select a game object, your inspector, which is at your far right, shows up here. So the inspector contains the properties and settings of a selected game object. So every game object has what you call a transform property. The very first one you see here. This is our transform. So the transform contains the position, rotation, and scale. Like I was doing before, if I move the game object along the y-axis, the position of the game object would be updated. So I'm moving along the y-axis here. You can see that only the y-axis updates. Only the value of the y-axis updates. If I move along the x-axis, only the value on the x-axis updates on the transform. Okay. If I go to the rotate tool and rotate along the y, which is this green, as I mentioned, y represents the green. Green represents the y-axis. If I rotate along the y-axis, you can see only the rotation along the y-axis updates. If I rotate along the x-axis, that happens. So this is our transform. This is our transform property. So for every 3D object, you have Unity has what you call the cube, the mesh filter, and the mesh renderer. These are what give us our physical or graphic. These are the graphic properties. Let me just put it that way. These are the graphic properties of our game objects. So if I enable this mesh renderer, we can see that we can't see what that looks like anymore. So it almost shows as if nothing is there. But if I go back and enable it again, it gives us the graphic property of our game object. So that shows us the render property of the game object. So the mesh renderer contains materials, lighting settings, and probes for reflection, and then additional settings. Okay, so I won't need to go too much on the inspector, but just so we know, the inspector contains properties and components that are specific for the particular game object. So this is for the camera. So we have the transform. I said the transform is for basically every game object that we create in the scene. It always comes with a transform. If you look, we can't get rid of the transform. We can get rid of everything else. We can always remove, but we can't remove the transform property. So this is for the camera. So we have a camera property that allows us to modify the camera. Okay. So yeah. Before we do anything else, I think what we should quickly look at is how to set up a scene. So let's quickly set up a simple scene. So in game dev, we know we either use the word prototyping or environment staging. Okay, so you can either prototype a particular scene, or prototyping a scene is just like creating a simple scene for you to test a project's concept. Okay, so you can test the project concept through prototyping, or just staging an environment to see how the game would look, how it would play, and what the player experience is going to be about. So let's quickly create a scene, and that way I can take us through how to put together a scene and how it works in the game scene. It's kind of it's looking weird that this scene is still empty even after staying an hour talking with you guys. So let's quickly put something together and see how we can work together a scene. Alright, so I'm going to right click here. So I'm going to go as slow as possible. If anyone has a question, please unmute yourself and get my attention. I hope that is okay with everyone. And if there's anything that's confusing, I didn't mention anything, or you got lost at some point, please do make sure to get my attention, because I'm not currently on the Google Meet. So I guess. Alright, so I guess that's cool. Okay, so let's create a simple scene. Let's create a simple scene in Unity. Let's put together a simple scene in Unity. So I am kind of an organization freak, so do bear with me. Let's create an empty game object and then call that game object environment. Okay, so everything that would be contained in our environment would be in this empty. So it's called an empty because it has nothing inside. So it's empty, so nothing is inside, no property except the default property that Unity gives every game object. So yeah. Now let's create a simple scene, and they will all be children of the environment scene, and that environment game object. And that environment will contain all of those game objects and all of their properties, in which we will now be able to manipulate things within the game object. Alright, so let's start with a ground object. Okay, so select your 3D object. So you can either do this or select your environment and then game object. So if you want to add another empty, you can add another empty or whatever. So let's create a plane. Since we want to create a floor, let's create a plane. So let's call that floor. For some reason, you need to be able to put that under my environment. So in case you have a game object that you want to put as a child, you can just drag it over that over your expected parent object, and then it becomes a child of that object. So this is our floor. Okay, so this is our floor, and then we can scale our floor up to be bigger so that we can have more things. So you can either scale on the X and on the Z, so forward and side. to put that, or as I said, I'm an organization freak. I like things to be specific. Or you can come to the transform property and put in the values you want for the particular scale on the particular axis. So let's say on the x-axis, I want a value of 10. So I just put in 10 on the x-axis for the scale, and another value on the z-axis. Let's make it a square-shaped plane, 10. So using my mouse scroll wheel, I can zoom out to see the newly created ground plane that I have created, or floor that I have created. So if we go back to the game, you can see a sense of the floor over there. So our camera is not properly placed. Let's position our camera in a way that works. For us. So, alright, we want to be able to see the floor. So, yeah, let's look at that. So that's the floor. But let's put it at like 30, so we can see the floor properly now. We'll be changing up the values very soon, and we'll be working more on different parts and different properties of our game object. So, alright, this is our floor game object. So let's put together something. Let's right click and create something like walls. Okay, so before we go on, let me just quickly give us an understanding of what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to create a simple blocked environment where a player can move around. Okay, we don't have assets in our project yet, so we have to make do with the default 3D objects that we have in Unity before we start learning how to bring in assets and making use of assets to create environments and populate our scene. So let's create a sort of wall. And to create a wall, we can use a cube, but let's rename the cube to wall, okay, so that it would make sense to us. And then we can use the shortcut F to focus on a game object. So if we're probably like zoomed out or zoomed away from an object, you can select the object on your hierarchy and then hit F to zoom. So now we can see that our camera is not in focus. If we hit our main camera and hit F, you can see that the camera becomes our focus. Okay, so we can go back to the wall or cube and then zoom in. So yeah, with this selected, we can modify this to create a sort of let me say a sort of maze that a player can move around, or a sort of environment a player can move around. So let's zoom out a bit and then put this into, say, let's zero this out. Alright, so that makes sense. Okay, so bring the wall in. So bring the wall in, and then we can let's scale this to make it look more of a wall. So okay, so if I make this 100, it covers up the length of the wall, and then drag it to the side. Okay, so let's drag it to the side, and then make give it a bit of height. So we can either use, like I said, you can either scale on the y-axis this way, or we can just put in a value. Let's put a value of 15. I think 15 covers that properly. Okay, and then we can position this right at the edge of that floor. Alright, awesome. Okay, so now we have one of the walls. Yeah. So okay. Using our using this gizmo over here, we can change what view we are looking at. Okay, you can change what view you can work looking at. So in order to speed up your prototyping or your world arrangement, your environment arrangement, environment staging, you can always, this is more or less your best friend, so that you can get a clearer view of what you're working with. So if I want to look at my environment from top down, I can just hit the Y view or the top view. If I want to change the orientation, I can hit Z to look at it from the forward direction, and then X to look at it from the side. So you can use, instead of just having to figure out where to place your camera, position your camera properly, you can just hit the axis you are going for, and then properly align yourself to where you want to be. And I would advise you to get a mouse if you don't own one. It makes looking around your scene, navigating around your scene very, very easy. So I can use my middle mouse to pan around, it automatically uses the view tool for us to quickly move around things and see what we're doing. So I want to have a sort of top-down view now that I have something simple going on. So I can just look at my view from using the top view, maybe a bird's eye view. And like I said, we want to create like walls around this floor plane. So select the wall, right click, and duplicate. You can also duplicate, let me undo that. You can also duplicate using a shortcut, Control D. So whatever object you had selected, if you just hit Control D, it automatically duplicates that game object. Although it doesn't move that game object away, so you have to move the game object to your preferred location. So we want walls at every corner of our floor. So I just moved this to the other side, and then return back to top view. So it only makes sense to have 4 walls, so I'm going to duplicate this 4 times. So that's Control D, Control D. So I have 4 walls now, and I need to have a wall at this part and at this other edge, at these edges. So for wall, for this wall, I can just put this over at 0. That would center the wall, and then go to my rotation tool or my rotate tool and rotate that game object till it aligns with my edge. So we want it to face this edge, and then that is 90 degrees. So you can just automatically set it on the 90 degrees on the y-axis. So that's 90. And then switch back to our move tool. Okay? And then move it properly to that edge. Okay? So now we have a wall at that edge. So we can do that for this game object also. Okay? So rotate tool and rotate 90 degrees. So I'm not getting 90 degrees perfectly here, so I can just hard code it, just put it, impute 90 degrees, and it's not properly centered. So I can switch to my move tool and try to center it, or I can just go to X and center it at 0, and then it becomes perfectly centered, and then drag it all the way to the other edge. So right click and then zoom down, like move down. And you can see we have a sort of environment going on. So we are boxed in with these 4 walls. So this can be our environment, where a player, maybe you have a shooting game and then there are a bunch of enemies around, and then you want the player to be within a particular space. So you can put together a simple level of like maybe 10 enemies, and then one single player, and then the player shoots all of those enemies within this space. So far so good. We have this going on. But I said we want to create a simple maze that the player can, move around. Okay. So let's create. Let's do something more than this. So let's duplicate the wall, or we can. Let's duplicate the wall. Control D. So we can put this here. Okay. Let's center this on the z-axis. We can put this here, and then change the scale because it kind of blocks the entire space for whoever will be playing the game. So we can bring this in here. To kind of create sort of space, and then switch to the move tool. Okay, so just so that we know, there are shortcuts to all of these things. Okay, if we use Q, that's the key Q, we can switch to it switches us to the view tool. Okay, and then we can pan around. If we use W and select the game object, it switches us to the move tool. If we use E, so that's if we use E, we can switch. It switches us to the rotation tool. Okay, and if we switch with R, it switches us to the scale tool. Okay, so just in case I start using shortcuts, I just wanted us to know what the shortcuts were for, or what the shortcuts are. And then T, so let's just Control Z to undo. T is for rec tool. Yeah, so T is our rec tool. So the rec tool kind of helps us scale in a much more fashionable manner. If we use R, that's the shortcut for our scale tool. It scales on both sides, which sometimes we don't want. Probably switch to the move tool, W, and we move it to the side, maybe to create a new wall here. So let's say I bring this here and then pan over here. So we move this to the side, but we want this particular wall to come all the way, maybe somewhere here. If we try to use R, the shortcut R for our scale tool, it adds this, to the other side, which we don't necessarily want. So Control Z and then switch to our rec tool, or you can use C, switch to your rec tool, and then probably place this arrow, this double-sided arrow, and you can properly scale this. So I don't want the player to be able to go past any of these parts, but I want the player to be able to locate his or her way through this point. So now we can see that there is a space here which the player can pass. So I'm going to quickly put together a simple environment and then see what we can come up from there. So duplicate this, bring this over here, and then maybe have this here instead. T for our rec tool, zoom in, and then properly align that, and then put that there. Let's have a vertical wall come somewhere here. So I duplicate this wall and then rotate this along this axis. Let's put that at 0. W, enter. W for our move tool, and then change the scale of this, and change the scale of this to just something small. Okay, so the player can move from here, here, and all the way to that side, and then create another horizontal wall that would be somewhere here. But I don't want to block the player's way, so T for the rec tool, and then bring this to create an opening over here. So as you can see, we're trying to create a simple maze, so the player can navigate around. We need, this is not perfect, so we're just going to be doing a few things. You can correct stuff when you start working on it on your own, and then so yeah.
I
I
hope
hope
everyone
everyone
is
is
following
following
along
along
nicely.
nicely.
If
If
we're
we're
confused
confused
about
about
anything,
anything,
please
please
do
do
get
get
my
my
attention.
attention.
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
um, I can
I can
hear
hear
us
us
through
through
the
the
meet.
meet,
So
so
please
please
do
do
get my
get my
attention
attention
if
if
it
it
is
is
needed.
needed.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
just
creating
creating
a
a
simple
simple
maze
maze
here,
here,
and
and
then
then
bring duplicate
duplicate
this
this
and
and
bring
bring
this
this
over
over
here,
here,
and
and
then
then
put
put
this
this
here,
here,
and
and
then
then
maybe
maybe
duplicate
duplicate
this
this
again,
again,
and
and
then
then
bring
bring
this
this
over
over
here.
here.
So
So
what we're
what we're
just
just
doing
doing
is
is
making
making
use
use
of
of
the
the
tools
tools
we've
we've
just
just
learned:
learned.
move,
Move,
scale,
scale,
and
and
then
then
change
change
up
up
the
the
look
look
and
and
orientation
orientation
of
of
the
the
entire
entire
environment.
environment.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
let's
let's
have,
have,
and
and
then
then
we're
we're
just
just
reusing
reusing
what
what
we
we
have
have
created,
created,
duplicating
duplicating
so that
so
we
that
don't
we don't
have
have
to
to
be
be
creating
creating
new
new
game
game
objects.
objects.
Imagine
Imagine
you
you
having
having
to
to,
go
go
back
back
all the
all the
way
way
here
here,
and
and
then
then
go
go
to
to
3D
3D
and
and
create a
create a
new
new
cube,
cube,
and
and
then
then
go
go
again
again
R.
R.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
sorry,
I
I
need to
need to
name
name
that
that
wall,
wall,
and
and
then
then
go
go
over
over
here
here,
and
and
try
try
to
to
reskill
reskill
everything.
everything.
It's
It's
kind of
kind
a
of a
hassle.
hassle.
So
So
let's
let's
delete
delete
that
that
and
and
then
then
continue
continue
what we
what we
have
have
here.
here.
Just
Just
simple
simple
maze.
maze.
We'll put
Put
something
something
small
small
over
over
there.
there.
And I
And I
think,
think,
yeah, we
we
have
have
something
something
simple
simple
going.
going.
So we
So we
can
can
start
start
off
off
here
here
and
and
then
then
find
find
our
our
way
way
all
all
around
around
till we
till we
get to
get
the
to the
end.
end.
It's
It's
nothing
nothing
fancy
fancy
for
for
now,
now,
but
but
just to
just to
show
show
us
us
how
how
to
to
put
put
an
an
environment
environment
together
together
and
and
stuff
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
By the
By the
time we
time we
start
start
learning
learning
how
how
to
to
import
import
assets
assets
and
and
use
use
different
different
assets
assets
to
to
build
build
a
a
world,
world,
something
something
like
like
GTA,
GTA,
where we
where we
have
have
multiple
multiple
houses,
houses,
roads,
roads,
flowers,
flowers,
and
and
stuff.
stuff.
We
We
can now
can now
start
start
looking
looking
into
into
assets
assets
and
and
then
then
world
world
staging
staging
using
using
assets,
assets,
and then
and then
prototyping
prototyping
stuff
stuff
using
using
assets.
assets.
But
But
GTA is
GTA is
kind of
kind of
like
like
an
an
over
over
ambition
ambition
because
because not every not
not
every
every indie
indie
developer
developer
or
or
like
like
small
small
team
team
will
will
be
be
able
able
to
to
pull
pull
off
off
GTA.
GTA.
So
So
let's
let's
move
move
on.
on.
So
So
do
do
remember
remember
to
to
save
save
your
your
project
project
and
and
save
save
your
your
scene.
scene.
I'm going
I'm
to
going
do
to do
something
something
here.
here.
So
So
to
to
know
know
when
when
your
your
scene
scene
is
is
not
not
saved,
saved,
it
it
will
will
give
give
you
you
an
an
asterisk
asterisk
on
on
your
your
scene
scene
name
name
telling
telling
you,
you,
okay,
okay,
you
you
have a
have a
scene,
scene,
but
but
your
your
scene
scene
is
is
not
not
saved,
saved,
so
so
as
as
to
to
avoid
avoid
working
working
hours
hours
and
on
hours
hours
putting
putting
together
together
a
a
maze
maze
or
or
a
a
larger
larger
scene,
scene,
and
and
then
then
all
all
for
for
it
it
to
to
maybe
maybe
your
your
PC
PC
crashes
crashes
or
or
something
something
happens
happens
and
and
then
then
you
you
lose
lose
hours of
hours of
work.
work.
Always
Always
make
make
sure
sure
to
to
control
control
save,
save,
control
control
S
S
to
to
save
save
your
your
scene.
scene.
So
So
now we
now we
have
have
this
this
going
going
on.
on.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
if
if
we
we
zoom
zoom
in
in
a
a
little
little
bit, we
bit, we
can see
can see
that we
that we
have
have
something
something
small,
small,
like
like
you know, a
a
corridor,
corridor,
like
like
a
a
bunch of
bunch of
corridors
corridors
that
that
make
make
up
up
a
a
maze.
maze.
We
We
can
can
zoom
zoom
in
in
to
to
properly
properly
align
align
these
these
parts.
parts.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
good.
good.
And
And
then
then
put
put
them
them
together.
together,
Make
make
sure they
sure they
look
look
good.
good.
Okay.
Okay,
If
if
you're
you're
not a
not a
perfectionist
perfectionist
as
as
I
I
am,
am,
you
you
can
can
just
just
leave
leave
it
it
and
and
just
just
to
to
test
test
out
out
stuff,
stuff
basically.
basically,
And
and
yeah,
yeah,
make
make
sure
sure
everything
everything
looks
looks
okay
okay
and
and
works
works
okay
okay
to
to
your
your
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
All
All
right,
right,
so we
so we
have
have
something
something
simple
simple
going
going
on
on
here,
here,
and
and
then we
then we
can,
can
you know, look
look
around
around
and
and
see
see
that
that
these
these
work.
work.
So
So
basically,
basically,
what we
what we
just
just
did
did
was
was
use
use
the
the
simple
simple
assets,
assets,
simple
simple
game
game
objects
objects
that
that
Unity
Unity
gives,
gives,
to
to
kind
kind
of
of put together a simple maze. But right now, it doesn't look like anything much is going on, and it looks kind of ugly. Everything being plain white. So it's just plain white and then looks weird. So let's do something else, something interesting. Okay, as part of the
So
So
that
that
what
what
we'll
we'll
be
be
looking
looking
at
at
in
in
week
week
one.
one.
We'll be
We'll be
learning
learning
how
how
to
to
create
create
materials.
materials.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll
we're
be learning
learning
how
how
to
to
create
create
and
and
use
use
materials
materials
in
in
our
our
game
game
scene.
scene.
So
So
if you
if
look
you
at
look
the
at the
floor
floor
here,
here,
like I
like I
said, the
said, the
mesh
mesh
renderer,
renderer,
um,
the mesh renderer or
this
this
mesh
mesh
renderer
renderer
property
property
is
is
responsible
responsible
for
for
everything,
everything,
not
not
everything,
everything,
but
but
most
most
of
of
the
the
graphic
graphic
property
property
of a
of a
game
game
object.
object.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
if we
if we
see,
see,
if we
if
look
we
at
look at
this, we
this, we
have
have
a
a
materials
materials
tab,
tab,
okay,
okay,
a
a
materials
materials
slot, so
slot,
we
so
can
we
put
can
in a
put in a
material,
material,
and
and
it
it
currently
currently
holds
holds
the
the
Unity's
Unity's
default
default
material,
material,
which
which
is
is
this
this
boring
boring
looking
looking
white
white
material.
material.
So
So
let's
let's
change
change
that,
that,
okay?
okay?
So
So
okay,
okay,
give me a
give me a
minute.
minute.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Got
Got
a
a
message
message
there.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully
Hopefully
we're
we're
all
all
following
following
along.
along.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
almost
almost
like
like
building
building
in
in
Blender
Blender
exactly.
exactly.
So
So
you
you
can,
can,
do a
do
whole
a
lot
whole
of
lot of
stuff
stuff
using
using
the
the
Unity
Unity
scene.
scene.
There are a
There are a
couple of
couple of
assets
assets
also
also
that
that
help
help
you
you
um,
um,
put
put
together
together
a
a
much
much
more
more
complex
complex
scenes,
scenes,
much more
much more
complex
complex
assets,
assets,
and
and
much more
much more
complex
complex
environments,
environments,
environment
environment
components,
components,
game
game
objects.
objects.
You
You
can
can
edit
edit
game
game
objects
objects
to
to
look
look
more
more
or
or
less
less
like a
like a
village.
village.
You
You
can
can
build
build
a
a
sort
sort
of
of
well,
well
and
and
stuff
stuff
that you
that you
can
can
put
put
together
together
if you
if you
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
be
be
jumping in
jumping
and
in
out
and
of
out of
Blender.
Blender.
But
But
it
it
is
is
advisable to
advisable to
use
use
a
a
3D
3D
software
software
such as
such as
Blender,
Blender,
for
for
your
your
custom
custom
assets.
assets.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
just
just
do
do
hope
hope
that
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 makes
makes
more
more
sense.
sense.
I
I
wanted to
wanted to
make
make
sure
sure
that
that
this
this
looks
looks
okay.
okay.
We're
We're
all
all
good.
good.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
yeah,
yeah,
let's
let's
do
do
we're
yeah. We're
talking
talking
about
about
materials.
materials.
So
So
moving
moving
to
to
the
the
projects
project
tab
tab
or the
or the
projects
project
window,
window,
let's
let's
create
create
a
a
new
new
folder.
folder.
So,
So,
like I
like I
said,
said,
it's
it's
always
always
best to
best to
be
be
organized,
organized
and
and
so that people, so
so
that
that
you
you
or
or
your
your
team
team
can
can
always
always
um,
um,
know
know
where
where
everything
everything
is.
is.
So
So
let's
let's
create
create
this
this
folder
folder
and
and
call
call
it
it
materials.
materials.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
this
this
is
is
where
where
all our
all our
materials will
materials will
be.
be.
So
So
as I was
as I was
saying, if
saying,
you
if you
check
check
the
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 floor
floor
game
game
object, we
object, we
have
have
this
this
material
material
slots
slots
where we
where we
can
can
change the
change the
material.
material.
So if
So
you
if you
click on
click on
the,
the
if let's
let's
go
go
back to
back to
our
our
project
project
window
window
and
and
click
click
on
on
the
the
material
material
folder,
folder.
we
We
can
can
right
right
click
click
and
and
create.
create.
Okay,
Okay,
create.
create.
So
So
with
with
this
this
create,
create,
click on
click on
create. You
create. You
can
can
create a
create a
new
new
folder,
folder,
a
a
C
C
sharp
sharp
script
script
that
that
would
would
run
run
in
in
your
your
name,
name,
and
and
then
then
a
a
bunch
bunch
of
of
other
other
stuff. But
stuff.
what
But
we
what we
need
need
right
right
now
now
is a
is a
material.
material.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
let's
let's
create a
create
new
a new
material
material
and
and
name
name
it
it
floor,
floor,
or
or
let's say
let's say
floor
floor
material.
material.
Okay,
Okay,
just so
just so
that we
that we
know
know
what
what
floor we're
floor we're
talking
talking
about.
about.
So
So
floor
floor
material.
material.
Okay,
Okay,
now
now
we
we
can
can
drag
drag
this
this
to
to
the
the
floor,
floor,
the
the
floor
floor
game
game
object,
object,
which
which
automatically
automatically,
changes
changes
that,
that,
or we
or we
can
can
drag it
drag
to
it
the
to the
scene
scene
and
and
then
then
hover
hover
over
over
the
the
floor
floor
game
game
object.
object.
Or
Or
another way
another
we
way we
can do
can do
that
that
is
is
come
come
all the
all
way.
the
You
way.
can
You can
see
see
it
it
as
as
it
it
has
has
updated
updated
our
our
materials,
materials,
and
and
then the
then the
slot
slot
here
here
now
now
has
has
floor
floor
material.
material.
If
If
we
we
undo
undo
what we
what we
just
just
did
did
and go
and
to
go
here, you
here,
can
you
see
can see
this
this
is
is
default.
default.
If
If
I
I
drag
drag
this
this
over to
over
the
to the
slot,
slot,
it
it
now
now
uses the
uses the
floor
floor
material.
material.
So
So
if we
if we
click on
click
the
on the
floor
floor
material
material
and
and
check
check
the
the
inspector,
inspector,
let
let
me
me
bring
bring
this
this
out
out here, we now have we can now edit the settings of the material. Okay, we can now change up the material. So this albedo property, or this albedo this property allows us to change what the base look of the material. Okay, so we can change the color. You can see it updates that in real time. Okay, since we already assigned the material to this scheme object in its mesh renderer. Okay, we now have this. So if we make any changes to the material itself, it will change that in real time. So we can change color to whatever we want, just to get a sense of, that we're doing something with the scene. So do I like this blue? I guess we can leave this for now. So we can create another material for the walls. It's kind of boring leaving them as white. So wall material. Okay, so we've created a new material, and then we can make the walls red this time. You see, it doesn't update the walls because we haven't changed it in the material slot. So if you want to change a bunch of game objects all at the same time, you want to edit a bunch of game objects that have similar properties within them, you can just select all of the game objects, hold the first one, and then shift select all of the game objects. You can see we now have all of them. And then go to the material slot. Since they all have a mesh renderer as their property, we can drag in this wall material to the material slot, and it updates all of the game objects that we selected. So all the walls are now color red. Okay, so it now looks a whole lot more interesting, But the red looks weird, but still. It's not the conventional white default material that Unity gave us to begin with. So I'm just going to show us something really nice about the material property. So if we go to the floor material, okay, for example, let's go to the floor material, for example, you'd notice that each of these components, or each of these slots, okay, have a sort of space on them. So this space allows us to change the image, or what we call the texture. For those who are conversant with Blender, the texture of the game object or the material. Okay, this albedo is more or less like the diffuse texture, okay, diffuse map in Unity. If you notice, we have a metallic map, a normal map, height map, occlusion, detail mask, and all of this. Okay? So albedo here in Unity is synonymous to the base texture or the diffuse map in Blender or your 3D software. Okay? So this allows us to change the texture or the look of the material. Okay? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to download textures. So textures are like images, okay, that will represent what a material looks like. I think that is where we'll be rounding up, and then from Saturday we'll be doing a whole lot more of manipulating environments and putting a whole lot of environments together, or a more sensible environment, and then playing around with it, and then we can start doing more practical stuff there. So these slots take in textures, and as I said, textures are images that define what our material looks like. Okay, so we don't have any reasonable textures here in the Unity project as at now, but I'm going to show you how you can do that, and I'm going to show you something that would be really interesting in a couple of minutes. So we can create a new folder that would hold all our textures. Okay, so that is our texture folder. So these textures, if we open it up, these textures would hold all the images we'll be using to represent what our materials would look like. For now, it's just plain colors. Okay, they're just plain colors. They don't tell us whether we are in a a metallic structure or a rocky floor or anything like that. They don't give any of that information at the moment. It's not graphically enticing or interesting. So let's get textures. Okay, so you can go to. So there are a couple of sites here that give access to textures. So here we can see a bunch of textures. So you can go to polyhaven.com. Okay, polyhaven.com, and then you would find a bunch of textures that you can use. Okay, so for this particular lecture, for this particular lesson, we're just going to go for simple textures. So you can see this is a leafy grass. This is a rocky wall. Rocked out floor, rocky floor. So you can now define what kind of. So these are what the textures would do to your materials. They would give them more details, more graphic details as to what you want them to look like. So you have these different materials and then textures assigned to them. So let's pick one. Let's make our walls this rocky wall. Okay, so yeah, this is what our wall would look like. Okay, so something like this. Okay, or you can browse through others, and then you can select the resolution you want, either 1K, 2K, 4K, or if your PC can handle the rendering, 8K. Okay, these are extremely large. So I just showed you this site so you would be able to come and download the textures of your choice. So if you download these textures, it would give you would have these zip files. Okay, you'd be given these zip files, and then when you unzip them, you can extract them. You can extract them into a texture folder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move all of these textures. So I already downloaded a couple of textures. Okay, I downloaded a couple of textures in variations to show you guys this. And then I'm going to move these textures to my Unity project. So you can drag and drop your textures to your Unity project as so. So make sure your texture folder is open so that when you drag, you can easily drop all of them there, or you can just drop all the textures here. So Unity would go through all of them and then create like a metadata, just to keep track of all the textures that you have imported. So like I said, I told you your project window is where you can bring in different assets. The texture images as of now is a new asset that we're bringing from outside Unity in order to make our project look a whole lot better. So these are the textures here. So if we open these textures, so this is a bark willow, okay, and then this is a displacement texture, a displacement map. This is a normal map. And so we have a bunch of these textures. So I guess most people that would understand what I'm doing are people who have worked with Blender or Maya, Cinema 4D, when you're working with shaders and materials, and putting all of that together to kind of give a much better look of your scene or your objects or assets that you have within your project. So we're going to change up the floor material. Okay. Now we see all of these slots that are empty. We're going to change them. We're going to populate them with the textures that we just downloaded or that we just imported into Unity. Textures or images we just downloaded. Permit me to always use textures. Just understand that when I'm talking about textures, I'm talking about images that we can use to manipulate the graphic look of a material. Okay. So when I say textures, that's what I'm going for. So we can switch this back to our ugly white, except when we actually need white. Okay. So since we have this floor material selected, let's go to our textures and see. You can dock this and move it over to see what we need, and then hold Control and zoom if you want to properly see. So you can hold Control, zoom out, and zoom in, for a better look. So let's look at something that would make sense on a floor. Let's do this metal plate. Yeah. So you can kind of preview what that would look like. So let's do this metal plate. Okay. Select that floor again, and then So let this metal plate be our albedo or default texture. It's looking weird here because we just put it just like that. Let's change. We can change the tiling. So the tiling is going to help us manipulate how it comes out. So 10. That's too large. Okay, I think this is okay. So you can see now we have a metallic looking floor. But we want to kind of make it a little bit realistic, okay? Like we're actually on a metallic floor. Right now it's just looking like an image slapped on, just an image slapped on the floor, okay? So let's, there's you would notice one of the textures, one of the images having this normal or NOR, normal definition. Okay. So if you go back to our material and go to the normal map. Okay. So the normal map kind of shows us what part of the material is detailed, is dented. How the material, the kind of sort of feel of the depth, the creases of a material. Okay, or of an object. So I'm just going to show you how that works now. So let's drag in the normal map into the slots. Okay, so it's going through that and checking. Okay, Unity is giving us a warning. The texture is not marked as a normal map. Okay, so we have not set the texture to act as a normal map. So we can do that by going to that particular texture. So metal plate normal. The texture type has to be a normal map. So let me do that again. So when you click on a texture or an image, you can select what kind of texture it is. So you can select it as a default texture, normal texture, GUI, sprite, that's for 2D or UI, a cursor, or any of these, light map, directional light map, shadow map, mask, and then single channel. But we need it to be a normal map. Okay, yeah. So the normal map needs to be known as a normal map, and then scroll down and apply. So now it changes it into this. You can see now it's a normal map. For those who recognize what a normal map looks like, this is now a normal map. I think we should just quickly do that for all the normal maps we have. Okay, so just select all the normal maps you would eventually download. Okay, so so I can just switch them into normal map. So you can always select multiple objects or multiple assets, and then if you need to do the same thing, instead of having to do that over and over and over again, you can just select as many as possible and then apply. And then Unity will go through all of that and update them to become normal maps. You can see they've all changed. So now they are all normal maps, and they will behave like normal maps and give us the depth information about that material. So we can go back to the floor material, and then now that error has been corrected, and you can see that it has a much more detailed look. Okay, so it now looks like an actual floor, metallic floor. You can see it has more details now with the normal map on compared to when we did not have the normal map. So it gives it a more detailed look with creases and depths, and you can see it looking a whole lot much better now. Alright, so let's work on the walls. So the wall material. So since we're using a metallic floor, let's duplicate this. So you can also duplicate in the project scene using D. But now let's rename this other one. Let's rename the new one to wall material metal. Okay, so wall material metal. So the normal one, first one is going to be a normal wall material where we can use a rocky material. So let's use this rock wall and then see what we can get from there. So you can see it updates all the walls. Okay, it updates all the walls in the scene, but it is not properly tiled. So let's just do something simple. Let's say 5. Okay, so yeah, I think 5 works a whole lot better. So it's not perfect, but then we have something going on. And let's switch back to the default color here. Okay, so now we have walls. Okay, so we can see that we have walls here. So that is that. And then let's update the normal map also to get a bit of details. Alright, so we can also change the how much it affects, how much the normal map affects the how much it affects the sorry, I used the wrong one. So yeah, I have not updated this. So this is the normal map, and apply that, and then update the material. So this material is the wall material. So update that, and you can see there's much. You can see the details it's giving. Let's change. I think we can leave that as either 2 or 1. Let's do 2 here. Okay, so we can talk about how much. Okay, let's do this an F to focus there. Okay, so we can see how much details it adds to the walls. Okay. But some of these are shiny for no reason. So let's go back and remove the smoothness of that. So now we can see it has the rocky feel that we want to go for. Alright, so now that is for the rocky wall. You can see our environment or our maze looks a bit more interesting. So just to quickly round up, let's make this metallic. Okay? So select the wall material metallic, go to your textures folder, and we have a rusty metallic texture. So you can put that in the default or the albedo slot. And then change this back to normal, and then feed in the normal map with the normal texture. And let's do something extra. We have a roughness map. We can put the roughness map in the details, I guess, or the occlusion. Okay.
And
And then finally we have a displacement map, which I didn't talk about, but as we go on, I will make sure to explain what all of these do. So now in our, if we go back to our material, you can see we have this that looks a whole lot metallic that will fit into what we have here. So let's select all the walls and go to the material and switch the material out for this new metallic material. So Unity will do its thing and then update. So let's change the tile. I think put it at 5. Like 5? 5 and 5. 5 doesn't work for that. I think it looks okay with the default 1. And yeah, so we have a rusty metallic wall, okay, and then a player can move around, see the environment, and yeah, you can interact better with these environments. So it's coming together okay, and then it looks a whole lot more like a realistic scene. So if we go to our game scene, and like I said, camera is not properly placed. And let's okay. All right. Yeah, I guess we're all still here. Okay. So yeah, we can just quickly let's see. Let's just put camera at 0, 0, 0. Then bring camera up so we can see what the environment looks like from here. So yeah, I think somewhere there. Okay, so if we go to the game scene, so this is a little bit of what the game looks like on the so from the eyes of the player, this is what the player will see. I can just quickly do something for us here and then create a simple script so that we are able to see, move around so I have a player controller script that I want to just put together for us quickly. And then we can move around in the scene to test what the game would feel like. Okay, so the Unity process that for a minute, change that to player, and give me a minute. So let's add a rigid body, and then add the script. We're just going to do this. Alright, so yeah. Like I said, creating a game object, so camera, holder, these are children of the game object. You don't need to understand what I am currently doing for now. I would explain that in a bit to everybody by the time we start working more on programming and setting up the project. So for now, we are just going to see we just want to see what we put together. Okay, and then yeah, yes, we can just quickly put something, just one. Let's put 25. So I'm just changing up the properties here. Let's put 500. Let's put time 1. Let's put this to 5. And then ground check. Okay. Ground check radius. Let's say 0. Let's say 0.5. And then go to the plane, floor, create a ground. go to the floor, make the floor ground. Soon enough, I will be able to explain what it is I'm doing. So just bear with me here, guys. Alright, so zoom in, and then for us to check the floor, we need this to be, on the floor. I guess that is good enough. Alright, awesome. Let's just make this one, and yeah. If we go back to the game, we can see that this is where, let's bring this up a bit so that we're able to kind of see what we're talking about. Let's scale this just a tiny bit, okay? Yeah, so that the player is within the space, not so far out. Okay, I think we can see better now. So we can position the player at the somewhere here, and then yeah. So if we play the game, let's just play the game and then see. We can just go around our environment. So yeah, we can look around and you can see. So this is what the game would look like being played. Okay, so we can move around. I'm moving around quite slow. Let's make this 20. And smooth time, let's set 0.1. Okay, so we can move around. So now we can actually try to go to the end of the maze. So basically, this is what game dev is sort of like. We can go through. It's not perfect, but I hope this is what. So we've gotten to the end. So yeah, we have successfully worked on our maze. So in the next class, we would be looking at how to do something more impressive with Unity and how to set up a much more elaborate environment. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming. I think I lost you guys there. Wow. So yeah, that is today's class. Sorry, I lost you guys there. My connection went off. Were we able to see